bands of the British Army, famous the world over for tradition, splendor, and musicianship. But it was not always so. At the end of the Crimean War, in the middle of the last century, there was a grand victory review of the Allied armies, at which the massed bands of the British Army struck up God Save the Queen. The bands did not even have a common pitch. Commander-in-Chief of the army was Queen Victoria's cousin, His Royal Highness the Duke of Cambridge, and he was appalled. Tradition has it that this was his motivation for founding a British military school of music. His achievement was commemorated by one of the greatest honors the British can bestow on anyone. Today, the Royal Military School of Music, KNELLER Hall, makes Twickenham, near London, famous for more than rugby football. As well as training musicians for the military bands of the British Army, KNELLER Hall is also a repository of expertise and historical knowledge going back for more than 100 years, and is regarded as a world authority on military music. The school museum houses a fine collection of historical musical instruments, some of which are used for special performances. Among them a bugle which last sounded at the charge of the Light Brigade. An extensive music library contains scores and band parts of marches and national anthems from all over the world, as well as a great fund of knowledge about military music.
Yes, Kenneth Alford is the pen name of the late Major Frederick Joseph Ricketts, the pen name under which he wrote all his famous marches.
The only serving officers at the school are the Commandant, the Director of Music, and the Adjutant. The Director of Music is responsible for the whole musical training program and is assisted by a team of civilian professors.
When you first play in the morning, the chromatic scale's the first thing you should play, because it not only makes it automatic fingering for you after a bit, and also it ensures that all the keys are opening correctly. So this is starting on right E with left F.
The instrumental professors are professional musicians who give individual practical tuition. Each pupil bandsman has been selected by his regiment for the one-year course and has already been trained as a soldier and as a medical assistant. He may already be a member of a regimental band, but some pupils are taken directly from junior training at 18.
Yeah, stop again. Yes. Was that an idea of your own to ignore the dynamic?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, but this is when you do it as a solo. What you've got to remember in the A1 trade test is that the examiner will have a copy of this and will be checking, and then you'll think you've sort of had a little bit of a seizure if he does that, you see.
Now, you've got the grade 8 examination out of the way yesterday, so I think perhaps we'll have a holiday and play a duet, okay? Okay. Good. Now I want you to go from here, and I want to be very, very aware of when I'm supposed to play the second part. So you'll have to breathe absolutely in time, and the tempo will be something like bum 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 doo da doo da doo da doo. Good.
It's got to build up, but not too much. Now, just a little bit less. That's it. No. I suggest that was all right. You played it quite well. But if you were doing your Associated Board Grade 5 theory, you would make those 4 demi-semi-quavers and put them on that quaver. Yeah. But if you're playing it for a concert, you can do what you like, within reason. I think Chopin probably...
As well as studying their own instruments to diploma level, the pupils may learn another during their year at Kneller Hall, usually keyboard or strings.
This is